Hey folks, welcome to this new video on Worldographer 2025. I'm Joe Wetzel, the creator of the program, and we've been showing off a bunch of the new features in the program. This feature that we're about to talk about is something that won our most recent new feature poll that we're doing for people that are backing the crowdfunding for it. Speaking of, if you want to follow the link below the video to get to the crowdfunding page, you can learn all about it in a lot more detail, all the many features that we're adding to the tool as part of this big comprehensive update. Um, and on that demo page, or on that crowdfunding page, is a link to the demo so you can give it a good try and see if the software is a good fit for the way that you like maps. And if it is, we'd love to get your support there. So this new feature is only going to be available in the preview version that's 1.09 or later, which we're releasing today, October 2nd. And the crowdfunding campaign goes through October 8th in the evening U.S. Eastern Time. So please do check it out before it ends. So as I said, we have a poll for backers. We've done 4 of them so far, and some of those features have gotten in already, and some are larger, so they'll be coming a little bit later. And we expect that we'll be doing another poll either later today or early tomorrow, and perhaps a second one as well before the crowdfunding ends. So with that out of the way, the new feature is an advanced color picker that kind of has a medicine dropper functionality to it. You can see one of them here in this area for the terrain. It's not often that you're going to use it for terrain, so I'll switch to one of the other drawers and kind of go over what I believe is the most common use case for this. And that is that if you want to color match terrain for a shape. For example, you might want to be adding in a little bit of a coastline. You might want to have a more natural looking coastline along here. Or you might want to show the break between, that there's a more natural break between 2 different pieces of terrain, like your swamp and your forest here. So to pull this off, we can create a new shape. Let me just make sure that we're doing a new shape. And let's do both of those, actually. Let's do a more natural looking coastline. So to pull this effect off, first I'm going to do a snap points to the grid just so that I have the point that is matching right here. Now it would really only matter for the beginning and ending points. So I'm just going to do that beginning point there. And then I'm going to pick a few more points along the way here to kind of carve this off. Now you can continue, let's do it that way. Let's continue this on, and you can do this whole area, and we can keep on going if we wanted to. Now because there's nothing in between here, we could just stop our shape there. But if we needed to, if there was an island in there, for example, or something, then we could just backtrack along to cover up just the land terrain that we don't want to show. So now that we've got our shape made, we need to make sure that we color match it. And if I pull up the color picker, so what the functionality is previous to version 1.09 is right here, where we can open up the color picker and you can pick a bunch of swatches. Now there are a couple of swatches on the bottom that are the most common, match the terrain background color, the most common built-in terrain. But if you've changed your terrain a little bit, color-wise, or if you're using something that's not one of the most common, whatever these are, like 14, 15, 16 of them, then you're out of luck. So you would have to go into custom color, which would pull up another dialog, and then you can use these various controls. You could use this window here, these different tabs here, depending on what color model you're trying to use. And you could set it, and you could kind of approximate it and kind of trial and error get to the right color code, or you could figure out what the color code is in other means by using an image editor and so forth. But what we're about to show is a whole lot easier, because now we can just hit this color medicine dropper button here, which then will toggle on and select, and then I can pick this color here, and it just fills it in instantly. Likewise, so I can deselect the current shape and do a new one, And if I wanted to make this swamp a little bit larger, I can click this point here, turn off the snap, come across from here to here, turn the snap back on, add one more point there that's approximately in the same place, and then a couple more, just one here really just to go there. And then I can pull up the color medicine dropper again, or toggle that on and pick that. And now we've got that land there. We can show that there's not that the swamp versus the forest doesn't match a perfect a hex shape. For me, I mean, I like doing it for the coastlines. For the various hexes, I don't typically do that. But you know, if you want to do that, that functionality is there. So we have these color pickers, as you saw on the terrain drawer, or tab now. And so you can select a given hex, for example, and we can then, if we have the override background on, we can then color pick and say that we want to match this, for example, if we wanted to do that. Then we've got labels. On labels, we've got if you're doing a custom style, then you've got the color of the label itself, the outline color, and the background color are all have the medicine droppers added in. Features also optionally have labels, and on there you do have the same three selectors with the same three color pickers. And then one more place where we've added it, so we talked about the labels, talked about the shapes, talked about the features, talked about the terrain. One more place that we added it is on the configure terrain drawer, or window I should say. Here, now I've got some unusual terrain installed here just by chance, but if I scroll down a little bit, here we have the built-in classic icons, and so you can do a color picker. And so say, for example, if you didn't want to use this particular background color for your cactus areas, we can do color picker and we can make it match grasslands if that's what you prefer. And then you can hit apply and close, and just to kind of finish that out, you can see where our heavy cactus color now does match the grasslands. So that's just one more place where it is. That's, as I said, this is the medicine dropper color picker functionality that won our most recent new feature poll for the Worldographer crowdfunding project. If you want to get in on the next poll, please do. Like I said, we'll probably have it posted either later this evening or else tomorrow morning. As I'm recording this, it's already October 2nd. But we'd love to have your support if the tool does match the way that you like to make maps. So please do check out the crowdfunding page. Thanks a bunch.